Hi there. Let's talk about ethics and appearances. So, if you're not from Louisville, you may not be aware of the ethics things we've got going on right now in our city. The big one is Metro Council member Anthony Piangentini has been found guilty of ethics violations by the city's ethics board. And in fact, they have recommended that he be removed from his position on Metro Council. The backstory is that Piagentini advocated rather vigorously for a $40 million contract be given to the healthcare CEO group from ARPA funds. And the day after the council signed the contract or approved the contract, he took a job with this healthcare CEO council for $240,000 a year. Well, right on the face of it, that looks pretty fishy. Now, he said that he was doing the advocacy work on behalf of the group because he really felt they were the best choice, and that they offered him a job, and as soon as they did, he recused himself, which he did do. He recused himself from the final vote. But the question becomes, of course, how far in advance of the vote did he know that they were going to be interested in him? And did he get the job because he's actually the most qualified or because he helped deliver that contract? The ethics complaint was filed by another group that was bidding for the same amount of money and didn't get it. But it's interesting that the Ethics Commission specifically said, we aren't sure that this other group would have gotten the money either, and we're not sure that Piangentini would have gotten the job if he hadn't been on Metro Council. Is it possible that the whole thing is a setup? Yeah, it's possible, but it certainly looks bad. And to anybody out in the street who simply hears the basics of the story, they're going to go, well, he just feathered his nest. And of course, that's unethical. There's a verse in the Bible that I want to reference right now, and it talks about avoiding all appearance of evil. And the word appearance in the original Greek could also mean form, so avoiding all form of evil. But I want to talk about the appearance piece for just a second. I had a boss one time that I came to with an idea, and she looked at me and she said, have you thought about the optics? And I said, what do you mean the optics? This isn't about eyeglasses. She said, no, the way it's going to look to other people. She said, I understand why you want to do it, and I think that your reasons are valid, but to anybody outside our circle of people here at work, they're going to look at this and go, well, they're just trying to grab space, or they're trying to do this thing for their own benefit rather than for the benefit of the company. The optics are bad. Did somebody not tell Anthony Piagentini that the optics of this were really bad? And of course, it's just like some other things that I've seen over the years. He could have avoided all of this by turning down the job. And you may be saying, but $240,000 a year, sure. But if you're qualified to be a consultant at that price for some group somewhere, you're probably qualified to be a consultant at that price for other groups. He could have said, no, this is going to look really bad. I was the one advocating for this contract. I don't need to take this job. But instead, he took it, and now he's upset that people see it as an ethical violation. Of course, it's not just a Republican right now that we have going on in our city. There's also the question of the mayor's wife. So Mayor Greenberg, Craig Greenberg, is married to Rachel Greenberg. And Rachel Greenberg, it was discovered, has an office at Metro Hall, and she has a city-issued email address, and she's been giving orders to staff in the building. And why? What's that all about? She is not being paid, according to Greenberg's communications person. She is a volunteer. Well, anybody on the street's going to say, well, do all volunteers get a government email address and an office? No. Then why is she special? Is it because she's the mayor's wife or because she's bringing something specific to the table? All of this could have been avoided if Greenberg had simply held a press conference and said, I'm asking my wife, Rachel, to take charge of this particular project. And it's a big project, and she's very good at whatever this is. And we're going to give her an office and an email address so she can get that work done. But he hasn't done that. Instead, he and his communications office have stonewalled the media whenever they've asked about it. And at this point, nobody knows why she's over there or what she's doing. Again, the optics are really bad. Could it be an ethical violation if she was being paid? It definitely would be, because it would break the nepotism laws. But right now, it's one of those things that just looks really bad and makes all the people on the street more cynical than they already are about politics. We've got to have leaders who not only are ethical, but understand how things look and are transparent about their reasons. We need to have people who have a sense of where the line is, and I'm hoping that the mayor realizes this and how bad it looks. And I'm hoping that if Piagentini can prove that he didn't break any rules, that he also will understand how bad this looks. Politicians, elected leaders, anybody in position of authority needs to pay attention to the appearance of evil. Pay attention to the optics. That's all for today, and we'll see you in the next video.